rules of attraction are always the same. Be attractive, don't be unattractive. It's the same whether you're in a relationship or dating a girl for the first time. Now, being attractive is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Lift weights, dress well, look sharp. It's that second part where you get the real work done. And one of the best ways to not be unattractive involves emotional investment, or if your goal is to maintain a relationship with a woman, whether it's just for a night or over a few decades, she must be more emotionally invested than you are in her. There aren't many hard and fast rules about this, but this one here is king. By truly understanding and applying this in your life, you're going to solve most of your problems with women. Is she not responsive when you report her? Not emotionally invested. Is she openly disrespecting you in front of friends and family? Not emotionally invested. Not returning your calls? Not emotionally invested. She flaked? She cheating? She tired? Have a headache? Is it Shark Week for the third time this month? Not emotionally invested. At least not as much as I'm emotionally invested in this omelette. The beauty of this is it also solves the problems you have with yourself. Are you anxious when you approach a woman? You're too emotionally invested. Are you clingy and your wife disgusted by it? You're too emotionally invested. Are you too afraid to do something because it'll piss off your wife? You're too emotionally invested. Paying for cam girls, excessive neediness, gone MGTOW? You're too emotionally invested. You communicate this emotional investment, and they can sense it intuitively. It comes out in your body language, your cadence. Every girl does the same. You can talk with a girl all night without her sensing emotional investment, while at the same time, you can walk up and say hi while you have it oozing out of you. Sometimes your wife will talk to you, hang out with you, have sex with you, or even stick with you for a while, even if she's not emotionally invested. Sometimes girls are just horny. They're codependent, bored, comfortable, drunk, or they want something from you. And this isn't a long-term strategy. Though once she sobers up, finds another friend, or gets what she came for, she'll pull the rug out from under your relationship. She'll flip that light switch, and it'll be as if she never even knew you. And if you're too emotionally invested, well, it's not pretty. What is pretty, though, is this technique. So you want to, just as the top gets slightly wet as opposed to very wet, pull it to the side, and then as you add second layers, thinner the better, by the way, just keep rolling it over back on itself. The stickiness on the top of the omelet will help keep the thing together as you roll it. On emotional investment, an emotional investment gives the girl a sense of identity or power. I call it the Lacey Green effect. She went from a diehard feminist to red-pilled. Why? Because she got emotionally invested in a man. That man, his outlook, and his goals occupy her thoughts and feelings. He literally loved the feminism out of her. So when you're around somebody and they get that awesome feeling like they belong to you, it's addictive. Like crack. A man will make a woman feel special, loved, important, powerful, and cool. An awesome man is also fun, positive, confident, carefree, dominant, easing the woman's anxieties and insecurities. Being around an awesome guy is literally a drug to women. And if they're around long enough, they can become hooked. You can be the greatest husband in the world, or the most ruthless pimp on the corner. Both men have one thing in common. They have turned emotional engagement into an art form and created masterpieces with it. For example, if you do a favor for somebody, naturally you think that would have them like you more or appreciate the gesture, right? Wrong. Common sense here is completely backwards. What happens is when someone does the favor, they are the ones who end up more emotionally invested. Maybe it's a lot, maybe it's just a little, but it's moving that needle. And we can wonder why this happens. Maybe it's because they're invested in the reciprocity. Maybe it's signaling to their caveman brain that you're below the person that you're gifting. Maybe it's correlated with something else. I don't really care. Why is a stupid question. Just know this. When a woman really likes you, when she's emotionally invested in you, she will want to do stuff for you. She will continue to invest in you. If you're single, this manifests as less flaking, better and more frequent sex, her cleaning your place. Ask a guy who had a girl who was really into him, and they will all tell you at one point, the girl was in their house by herself, and what did she do? She cleaned his place. She probably rummaged through all his personal stuff too, but she cleaned. If you want to know if you've got a girl that's really, really into you, when you're in a relationship, this manifests in making you food, making herself sexually available, even if she's not specifically into it, and specifically, blowjobs. It's one of those things that's 100% giving in a relationship, and from my research and experience, it's the indicator of a healthy emotional investment from a man's girl. It's one of those secrets that nobody tells you. So if you got a girl that cleans your place and goes down on you, that's emotional investment. So what do we do? First off, you need to ignore how you feel. Your feelings are not your friend. She could be the mother of your child or the cutest girl in that chemistry class. She could be one of 100 girls you've met that day. Whatever your goal is, you need to stop investing emotionally so much. How you are is what you do. So stop buying gifts in hope of reciprocity. Stop making yourself emotionally available for somebody that treats you poorly. Stop rewarding bad behavior. Start filling your mind, filling your time, and filling your emotions with things that bring value to your life. Your hobbies, a career, your health. Remember, just because you're not emotionally invested doesn't mean that you're a dour, angry little man. Like I always say, anything outside your frame is intriguing, amusing, or funny. Eventually, when you start to remove the things in your life that do not add value, instead of emotionally investing in them, something strange is going to start to happen. The things in your life are going to start emotionally investing in you. Remember, subcommunication is everything, and this outcome independence wafts off to you like a fine cologne. Add to that you're shedding the low-value things from your life that you previously had too much emotional investment for, and you're on the path to a nice little red-pilled life. Only one of you gets to live inside the other buddy's head rent-free, so make sure it's not you. Or, since we're cooking here, women should be the dessert, never the main course. Another technique you can try. Only do something for a woman if the woman would do it for you. If you want to buy her a drink, think about if she would buy you a drink. If she wouldn't, don't. If she wants you to wait for her, think about whether she would want or whether she would wait for you. If she wouldn't, don't. If there's a girl you always say hi to but never says hi to you first, stop saying hi. She knows who you are. She can come over and say hi first. For a woman to emotionally invest with you, a certain few things have to happen. She must find you pleasant, friendly, good-looking, compatible with her values and interests. She must feel an emotional connection with you. And she must feel accepted by you. If you are rejecting her, ignoring her, being hostile, she's not going to emotionally invest. And above all else, do not judge her. Do that quietly in your own head. Finally, she needs to spend time around you. Consider this. Now, I'm talking about getting women or keeping women, but this is much broader than just women. Don't overly invest your thoughts and emotions into anything. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about places. I'm talking about institutions, activities, especially ones that don't have your best interest at heart. and that don't have a return on investment. Don't be that guy that gives his company his heart only to be laid off 6 months before he could have gotten his pension. Instead, he gets his foot in the ass and a pittance of a severance package. Whatever you do becomes your emotional investment. Now, if you spend every weekend hanging out with useless people that complain about women, make bad decisions, and do nothing with their lives, you're now going to be one of those useless people. You are what you do. So sit back, try making yourself a Japanese omelet. It takes a couple tries to get it right, but I think you're really going to enjoy it. Going to end this off thanking Patreon subscribers. Everything here wouldn't be possible without you guys. Feel free to sign up if you want to, get exclusive access to podcast episodes that I do with Black Label Logics. As well, tune into the Redman group, which happens every Saturday morning, where we talk about sexual dynamics.